Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back to watch these videos. Obviously, really small numbers compared to other YouTubers, but for me, the numbers are huge, and I really want to thank everyone for coming back and watching these videos and liking these videos. It's fantastic. So I really hope that you guys are getting some help from what we're doing here. So this is video number 2 in the series of working my way up through the lower ranks up to A rank. Just basically explaining what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, how I'm reading the race, and hopefully you guys can get some benefit from this in order to avoid bad driving, dirty driving, accidental incidents, carnage, whatever. So Fuji Group 2 GT500 08 cars, these things don't have as much downforce as the 2016 cars. They're still faster than a Group 3 car though. And turn 1 again at lower ranks, turn 1 is one of these races where starting from the back, it's not going to necessarily help you when you get past sort of lap 3 or 4, but it does at least guarantee you're not getting punted in lap 1. So depending on where you're qualifying, try and see how turn 1 goes. I've had my fair share of problems with turn 1 today in top split. Sure, I made a couple of mistakes myself, but yeah, 5 races in a row, someone hit me off or pushed me wide. I don't think any of them were deliberate, to be quite frank. I think all but one person waited up. So it's just everyone's desperate for driver rank because of the new cap. It's unusual combinations, so it's really popular. Races are just absolutely stacked, and I think we just need to get through Monday and let things calm down. So this is Monday evening. This is, for me, this is the 6 o'clock in the evening race, and we're going for this in D lobbies. Now, in terms of pace, this isn't really going to be that different from last week. E and D is very much the same pace. E is just the starter rank that you get. So let's have a look at this then. Everyone's here. D is DS. Okay, good. So I'm going to drop right to the back. In terms of my pace, obviously I'm going to put it on fuel map 2. If that's not slow enough, I'll put it on fuel map 3. So yeah, I'm not sure what lap times these guys are doing. So we'll just try and feel our way into it and try and match the kind of lap times that we see from the fastest guys. I'll probably base it on whatever the fastest lap is and just try and see if I can keep within that. Probably do some short shifting, just be later on the throttle, that kind of thing. I'm using the NSX. In terms of cars, it looks like the leaderboard is beginning to look like the Lexus is taking over. I don't really know if it's faster. I gave it a quick go. If you watch Digit stream, you probably saw me spin on the final turn right in front of Digit. That's because I wasn't used to the Lexus. I'd been driving the NSX. Can't really jump into top split with a new car. So, I thought that was me in the GTR then. I was like, hang on a minute, I didn't pick a GTR. Right, so I'm using +5 brake bias for tyre wear here to save the fronts. We're going to pull over and let these guys go past. Radar on. And hopefully we'll get top 5. That's all we're after here. Going to be a lot slower about putting the throttle down out of corners. That's where there's a lot of lap time available, or a lot of lap time that can be knocked off. So I'm not going to go on the outside of this guy, same as I said last week. Unless you know someone implicitly, don't go outside them. Just going to line myself up for a good exit. Yeah, so I'm going to short shift around there, 2/3 maybe. what's happening there with the guy behind me? If you're ever in that situation where someone's come past you, it looks like they're faster than you. Just watching out for what these guys are doing. So if you're ever in that situation, someone's come past you, it looks like they're faster than you, and you really want to catch back up, don't try and make up half a second in one corner. You just can't do it. You just can't brake that much later, like that guy did. Someone comes past you and they seem to be faster, just chill, fall in behind and try and stay with them. Look how many people are spinning. Even if you don't have top 5 pace in this lobby, if you're at this level, if you're at D level, even C level, and you're struggling to get clean races, look how many people are spinning. This is Monday evening as well. These guys have had all day to practice. Well, granted, they haven't all necessarily been playing all day. We're one position away from a DR game finish. Nice to see that that guy waited up. That's very rare in these lobbies. But again, we're up to 7th. We haven't done anything. Have not done anything. I'm deliberately trying to drive slow. Again, if you're in these lobbies and you feel like you're still having issues, still can't get good race results, still can't string together consistent results, top 5s. Alright, so they're doing 34s. Right, let's see what our pace is then. You've really got to work on just relaxing and not going, you know, not seeing red. Just try and settle into a rhythm. If you can just keep it on the track, you see how much people crash at this level. So we're doing a 35.9, so our pace is about right for this lobby. I have a feeling the guy in front might be on a controller. You see how he's very jerky, left and right. That's usually an indication of someone on a controller with sticks. Now there's someone coming behind. I don't want to be overtaken, so I might have to up the pace just a little bit. Going to go for it up the inside. No, he's not. Okay, that was a wise decision for him not to do that. Because I thought he was going to, and I saw it coming, so I was about to give him room if he did. That's a mentality of lower ranked drivers that really need to stamp out of your psyche, is that if someone comes past you, if someone makes a move on you, stop trying to make that move back on the next corner. It's just not going to work out well. Just like last week, 6th place, I haven't actually really made any overtakes yet. What was our last lap? 34.6. Okay, leader's doing 33.0. I don't think the leader is a D-ranked driver. Could be wrong. That might be B-rank pace. So the guy in front, I think he's already aware of us, because you see how he's weaving all over the road. That often happens when people are paying too much attention to their rearview mirror and not looking where they're going, or too much attention to the splits and not looking where they're going. And now he's got a penalty, I think, so we're not going to try and... No, he hasn't. Okay. We'll just try and pass him on the straight. Again, he made a major mistake. I accounted for it and didn't run him off the road by driving into him. A lot of people are doing that, even in top split. Like to show respect to other drivers. Fine, they've made a mistake, but it doesn't give us a right to drive through them. He's obviously defending it. We'll have a look up the inside. Yeah, okay. Showing room on the outside. Okay. I thought he was going to stick it around the outside, and then I remembered I'm in a D lobby, not top split. So we did a 33.8. That's not far off of the fastest lap, so I don't really want to go any faster. See how much I'm up here on my time. Okay, good. We're half a second down. Map 2. Don't want to go any faster than a high 33. Oh, goodness sake. Alright, I've got to slow it down a bit more. Go to map 3. Right, map 3, but I'm going to push a little bit because 3 really nursed the pace of the car. And hopefully that'll keep me in the 34s. .7 seconds to the lead. Okay, pushing on 3 isn't going to do it. I'm going to have to hold back a little bit. Just making sure I have really slow apex speeds. I'd say my pace is about right for these guys ahead of us. And that's what we're looking to do, right? We're looking to mimic the pace of a fast D driver. Let's pit, lap 6. One major tip for this week, practice your pit entry. You see how much time I gained on him there entering the pits. So you can really attack this pit entry, and it's worth practicing it because it's very easy to get a penalty on this entry, and it's very easy to hit the wall. So in time trial, do a couple of pit stops, just practice it till you feel you got it down, and then practice your break point coming out here, which is before the end of the line. And don't go over the pit line like that guy did. You do see that a lot in lower ranks. You've got to stay inside the pit lane line until you go past it. The break point coming out of the pits is just before the end of that line. You can gain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tenths on people at this level if you've learnt your pit entry and your pit exit. So it looks like the leaders haven't pitted yet. I wonder how many people in this race are going to get a 1-minute penalty like last week. short shifting and fuel map 3, keeping us about where we need to be on pace. So up to P5. He's made a mistake. He's got dirty tyres, although dirty tyres doesn't last as long in these new physics. So again, just like last week, if you're in this situation where you've secured yourself a top 5 and all you've got to do is finish the race, try to take the pressure off yourself. You've achieved your goal. If all you did is just stay behind this guy, you've achieved your goal. Better to finish 5th, build a little bit of confidence up, and then come back and try and work for the better results. So we're just going to line ourselves up for a good exit on the final corner. This last section is extremely technical. Still on the inside of me. Gonna brake early, cut back. There we go. Oh, that's the fuel maps, isn't it? Yeah. So if you were in map 1 there and you did the same line, you'd have gone past him. I had to stay on the brakes because I nearly hit him. Wow, okay, he nearly hit me. And that, again, like last week, that's what drivers at this level do if you put pressure on them. But it's not worth trying to put pressure on someone if you're going to be the one that succumbs to your own pressure and makes your own mistakes. So push, but only push within your comfort zone. Quite happy with the pace here. The only difference between me and these top 5 drivers is that I'm just not crashing and spinning and making as many mistakes, but the average lap times are what those guys are capable of doing. Which means it's what you're capable of doing if you're watching this and you're in these lobbies. So I think we take Chris for P2. Sorry, former leader, isn't it? I think we take his position. Someone's done a 32.8. And I don't think these guys in front are pitted. Honestly, I'm not sure. Because obviously I started at the back. I may have missed it. But again, just like last week, you're in this position, secured a solid result. 3rd is a high DR gain position. Just accept the position. Just focus on finishing the race. Go back and watch this again. Watch lap 1 and 2 again. Watch how many people spun, crashed, took each other out. Ask yourself if you're making the same mistakes. I don't doubt for 1 second you've probably been, if you're at this level, I don't doubt for 1 second you've probably been taken out where it wasn't your fault. I don't doubt it. Absolutely. And you're not wrong to be like, what's the word? Annoyed with it, frustrated with it. It happens. But if I can say this in the gentlest way possible, because this is also true for me at my level, how many mistakes are you making? How many times have you accidentally hit someone? How many times have you pushed too hard and spun, got a penalty? What can you do to mitigate your mistakes? So if you're at this level and you're trying to get out of D lobbies, you can't do anything about other drivers. But analyze your own race. look for similarities in this race and last week's race to situations that are comparable to what you are personally experiencing in your races. How do I handle these situations compared to how you handle it? Now granted, even when I nerf my pace, I still got more car control. Okay, that's the one thing I can't get rid of. I can't remove car control from my psyche. That shouldn't matter too much because again, there's no wheel-to-wheel racing at this level. There is no trying to execute actual overtakes at this level. If you couldn't stay with someone, just try and stay with them until they make a mistake. Just try and be the guy who doesn't make a massive mistake. In a race like this, in these cars, Group 2 cars, very powerful, on a very difficult track, you would be far better off just trying to take half a second off of your pace in order to remain consistent. Because you can see the top guys are doing pretty much the same lap times as me. Maybe I haven't been paying attention to that delta, but I think that they actually going a little bit faster than me. Now again, you may be looking at this thinking, but Luke, I still can't do 33s. I'm stuck in 35s. Okay. You don't need to do 33s and 34s to be where I am in this race right now. There's a 3.5 second gap to the guy behind. You could easily still have a top 5 here by doing 35s. Providing you're consistent with that. Providing you don't push too hard. Providing you make the right decisions about when to race people. One thing I did about... Actually, I'll tell you when I did this. When I came back to the game. Because I left the game because of driving standards. So a lot of people on Discord already know that. Maybe some people watching this video don't. But when I reached A+, I left the game for a year. Largely because of the driving standards. When I came back, I made a commitment to myself to not, or to recognize when I'm seeing red in a race. It doesn't necessarily mean seeing red because someone's taking you out, but just pushing too hard, desperately trying to go for moves, desperately trying to catch up. Someone passes you, you've got to pass them back at the next corner. I made a commitment to myself to drop that mentality, to just chill, just race my race. And if I didn't get podium positions and top 5 positions, then I wasn't worthy of it. If I had to say what's the main difference between my ability to do this in these lobbies at this pace and assuming I'm talking to people that are at this level, the difference between me and you, it's not my consistency or my car control. Well, of course it is the consistency, but it's the mindset. It's the mindset, 100%. If you can find a way to relax and just race your race, not care about results, not care about DR, and just let your pace develop naturally, the more relaxed you are, the better you're going to drive, 100% of the time. As soon as you get tense, nervous, push, more likely to make mistakes. So there we go, P3, which is more than good enough for what you guys need to do to get out of these lobbies. And we didn't really do anything. Just steady pace, try and stay behind people, let them make mistakes. So yeah, I think that's it. It's really not that different from E-Rank last week. E-Rank Nürburgring last week, I think, had like 50% D drivers in the lobby anyway. And you're not really going to see much of the difference until we get to B-Rank. B and A would be a little bit more interesting, I think. Yeah, we were what, P6 by lap 3, was it? That alone would have been literally just drive around at the back of the pack and you're going to finish P6. That's it. And if you've tried that and you said, I tried that and I still didn't finish last, what was the mistakes that you made? I know someone else might have made a mistake. I know someone else might have done something. And there's been races today where people have done stuff to me that was unavoidable. But in the cold light of day, I can also look back and see what did I do wrong that may have led up to it, or how did I react wrong to it, even if the mistake was just reacting emotionally. So there we go. Hopefully benefit to you. Pit wise, generally I think you need to pit in the middle. You can pit lap 4. I did pit lap 4 earlier, but your tires do go off, so lap 6 or 7 I think it looks ideal. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like and a subscribe if this is helping you, if you're getting any benefit from this. And next week we will go for C rank with whatever next week's daily C is. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.